it's just a different level of respect. And so we sat him down not too long ago. Me and her, we had a conversation with him because he had some issues at school, and we had sat down with him and was like, "Hey, like, why do you act differently with your mom than you do your dad?" And he was like, "I'm scared of my dad."
Greetings, everybody. I'm your host, Chris Allen, here with my co-host.
That was good, cuz.
What's up with you, man?
You know, feeling great today.
You feeling great today?
Yesterday was a dud for me.
Oh, what?
Yesterday I tapped yesterday out completely. I woke up tired, which never happens. That's not something I have that go on. It was raining. It was ugly outside all day. I fell asleep at work in the back room. That never happens, bro. I have had a long ass weekend, and that shit caught up with me yesterday. And damn it, I was so happy when I woke up this morning. I felt back normal. Got up, I ran, ate a good breakfast.
Damn. So the running thing is like you've been.
I run when I don't feel like going to the gym. So if I don't feel like going to the gym and leaving my house, I run my street. That's 3 miles.
Damn. I think running is the ultimate thing.
Running is a fucking problem, bro. That people think it's so easy because it comes second nature. Because you was born to walk. Where you born? Once you was born, most people walk and then most people run.
Yeah.
But yo, my first marathon I went to, I have never in my life seen a sport. I don't even know if you call running a sport, but I've never seen a sport where I've seen more injuries and people dying. It looked like a crime scene than I have with watching people run marathons. People are laid out. The ambulance is picking.
Are you for real?
What? The ambulance is picking people up. I see old lady, 70 years old, bro. Now she was super tough because she was like 70 and she was running a marathon and she was only 3 miles away. Oh, my bad, put this on vibrate.
Right.
And she was only 3 miles away and her leg was gone. Like something, she fucked something up. She pulled something, she broke something, twisted something. Bro, she is running to get to finish her marathon, and she's dragging her foot. This lady is it gotta be 70.
Damn.
At least, and she's dragging her foot. I see people laid out, motherfuckers can't run, motherfuckers trying their best to make it to the finish line. I seen so many injuries in one place. I said, yo, I've never seen this bitch look like a war zone, man. People be dying trying to do that shit. People really almost die.
Yeah.
Trying to run.
And they always just show you like the victorious.
Fuck that. They didn't show you nothing that you fucked up. Man, that shit is crazy.
People shit themselves, all kind of stuff.
I'm about to say they shit themselves, they piss themselves all day. Cause it's like I'm not stopping. I got this high right now. Like I can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah. You ever heard of the 100-mile joints?
Oh yeah, I have friends that run those.
Like through the woods,
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe it might have been your homeboy that I met that told me that he had one.
He's not here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, my boy Anthony. He actually lives in Colorado Springs now, but he started running those in Dayton, and he's the first person I saw with those toe shoes when that was a big thing back in the day.
Yeah.
Everybody had toe shoes. He was the first one doing toe shoes. And then he went on a barefoot run binge for a little bit.
Yeah. See, that's a little crackish, bro. That's a little crackish.
Yeah, so it was a marathons. Then he did the 50 milers. Then it turned into 100 milers, and then there's like 24-hour races.
I think the 100 mile is damn near the 24-hour race. I think he said it take like 24 hours to do that shit.
Yeah,
and like not stopping, and they running through the woods, and they running through terrain. Like the nigga told me he had to be helicoptered off of the mountain, bro.
God damn. You got to get medevaced out.
Yeah, yo, that is
a white person.
Yes.
White people are always doing shit where they got to get medevaced.
Yes, I don't think. Now I do know black people that run marathons, but I don't know no black people I think that run like the 100 milers. Was your boy black?
Mexican. So no,
well, that's black.
That's close. That's how he got here. Now he's Hispanic. I'm trying to think of any David Goggins. You know who David Goggins is, right?
Yeah.
That motherfucker is crazy.
Yeah, that's different though. He's different.
I listened to his book, and he had never ran. I want to say the first thing he ran was like off the couch was like a 50 miler or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
but he's different.
He literally almost died.
Yeah. Yes.
He almost died.
We got a good friend of ours that ran a marathon and almost died.
That's crazy, man. That's dedication.
That's
I
death is what it is.
yeah,
Death.
desiccation.
Man, that shit crazy. Yeah,
But I get it when people have a goal, they have something set. That lady's 70 years old. She probably wanted to
oh,
do
that's
it. You know
and
what
that's
I'm saying?
probably she probably been doing marathons forever.
Oh,
She probably
oh
wasn't new to
man, if
that.
you've been doing it forever,
It's no
he
way.
gotta
It's
stop.
no way in hell you
First,
start running marathons at 70. Anything's
look it up.
possible.
Yeah, I bet. Come on, man.
What do you look up?
Look up the oldest first time marathoner. Ask Chat. Yo, we were talking about Chat before we
What
started
is
recording.
the oldest first time marathoner?
It's gonna be somebody in the 80s.
Just know, yeah, this nigga, man. He's 89, bro.
Did
Oh,
he?
who completed 89 in 2000. He's the oldest person to run his first marathon at his age. His name is Faja
Is
something.
or was?
Well, now I don't know. It says he had not previously participated in a marathon, making him the oldest person to run
At,
his first marathon at that age,
at 89?
at 89.
That is so
But
dang.
first and foremost, you need to see him. I don't believe he ran it. I believe he floated on a fucking rug.
That's so racist. He said he floated on a rug. I love that shit. I love a good carpet joke, man. Oh man. Speaking of carpets, speaking of the carpet people,
Hey,
did you see that Donald Trump is taking a private? He's taking a jet from Qatar,
no.
a jumbo jet worth $400 million.
Wait, hold up. Explain to me what's going on here.
The 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 leadership in Qatar, the government is gifting Trump a $400 million jumbo jet.
Why?
Because they know it will flatter him, and they want shit basically. And he's like, "Why would I turn it down?" He goes, "The one I wanted is like in the shop still, and it ain't gonna be done. Well, who would turn down a jet? You can't take that shit, man.
That's crazy.
You can't take it.
I mean, who? You can't or Trump can't?
By law, no one can take it. No one for the government can take that.
You know Trump is above the government.
He's not. It's
And-
explicitly written.
well,
in there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree with that. But in his vision, he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, they said they basically gonna put it in the museum, and then when he's done, he's gonna use it for his personal use afterwards. But they want it. He said he wants to turn it into Air Force One, but it's like you can't do that. They will have to like tear it all apart, like literally check every single thing.
Yeah, he's a sicko.
It's crazy, like to think that just 20 years removed from 9/11, here we have a Republican president accepting an airline jet from a Middle Easterner. That's crazy.
It is, but for him, nothing is impossible no more.
That's what's so funny about it, because they knew he was gonna take this shit.
Yeah, it's nothing that surprises me.
Yeah, it's not
anymore with him. At this point, it's like, damn, we're just in it for the ride. Just watch the entertainment.
Yeah,
because what you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
You can go protest.
For what? Why? Yeah, they want to retrofit it basically. I think that might be the right word. Refit it to be Air Force One. Well, that's what he wants to do. They said that shit would cost $750 million to like tear everything out, put all the countermeasures in there. They about to put missiles in that shit, radars in that shit, a little medical suite, all that shit, missile defense system, countermeasures.
That's
Guns.
Well, if anybody's going to do it, he's going to do it once again.
But how you supposed to be saving money? But if you out here,
you're asking logical questions.
Yo, you know what? I'll be all for it if they bring back Exhibit Show, Pimp My Ride, and they do it. Y'all got to do that shit on MTV, then I'll be okay. Yo, we here with the president. We about to put a fish tank in this.
Man, that shit go crazy. Soul Plane. Soul Plane.
Soul Plane. How was your Mother's Day, man?
Super dope. really dope. So my kids, they their mothers wanted them for Mother's Day. But I threw a Mother's Day party. I threw a
I
Mother's Day
saw,
day
man.
party.
Yeah,
Fucking dope.
it
That shit was
wasn't.
dope. Yeah, it was
Damn.
nice. A nice turnout. The weather was perfect. Everything went accordingly. We made a little bit of money just to like, have fun.
Yeah,
It was dope.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
what's up, man.
everybody enjoyed themselves. My Mother's Day was good. What about yours?
It was cool, man. I kind of just, you know what I'm learning, man. Like one of the best gifts you could ever really give your spouse is time to themselves.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So for Mother's Day, we make sure we get her something,
Yeah,
and but for the most part, other than that, it's whatever she wants.
yeah,
So if she don't want to do shit, we ain't doing shit.
yeah.
So shout out to my mom because I'm not on Facebook as much, and my mom, she was like, "Yo, did you see the post that your wife put up?" And my wife was this is the day before Mother's Day. She was like, "The only thing I want for Mother's Day is two Food Lion donuts, two spicy drumsticks from Popeyes. I want a pretzel with marinara from Sheets, and it was something else. Can't remember what
Okay,
it
a
was.
bunch of different places.
Yes,
And did you go get all of
that was my mission for the day.
Okay.
So she came back from the gym, and this might sound corny, but this is fun. I like doing this. You ever heard brown skin girl?
Yeah.
That's
Brown skin girl.
yeah, that.
Yeah.
So she went to the gym early that morning. She wants to go skating, so she went and skated. So when she came home, we had the side door open. I had the speaker out there, and we were playing brown skin girl for her. We gave her presents, all that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
That ain't bad. That ain't
Yeah.
corny.
Yeah, some people might think it is.
Nah. That's cool. That's dope right there.
So then she went up, showered, and she came down. She had the pretzel.
Okay.
She also said she wanted some. We got
She just wanted a bunch of food.
lime leaf. Yeah,
Yeah, she just wanted a bunch of food.
yeah, basically. So yeah, and she said she wanted a Coke. So when she went to take a shower, I went to Sheets.
And I know they better have that Coke.
Oh
I know
yeah.
what happened if they don't.
Yeah.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah. Yeah, she don't play. So when she showered, I ran the sheets. I got the pretzel, the marinara, the Coke. She came down, that was there. I went to go get our food. I came back. I was like, "Did you want some lunch?" She was like, "What you talking about?" Boom! I had the two motherfucking spicy Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Yeah,
Okay.
drumsticks. Yeah.
You gave her some dessert.
Oh boy, yep.
But I talk about the real dessert.
Oh, breakfast for dessert.
She wanted the donuts and shit, didn't she?
That's the. You know what? I go. So when you want the donuts, she was like, "Don't do the donuts."
Oh, okay.
Because I was gonna.
So you didn't already have everything together.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I said shout out to my mom.
Okay.
Because I didn't see it. Because I kept it simple, man. She thought my wife doesn't really want a whole lot. Like I felt like I was shopping for it was weird. I felt like the woman this year.
Okay.
Because she was like, because my wife has been into the protein shakes and shit like that. So like, I got her all this workout shit, protein shakes, another like a workout outfit and like wrist straps and shit. And like,
a woman.
yeah. Whoa, man, you're too swole. But so we just chill. We had Thai food. Yeah, man, it was a good Mother's Day, man. Talked to my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, my sisters took my mom out the night before, and yeah, so we had a good Mother's Day, man.
Okay.
What any mom memories pop up?
For me?
Yeah.
For Mother's
Day. Yeah,
Days?
your mom, like your mom. Any funny memories?
For Mother's Day, no.
Or just about your mom? Like
what? I got a lot of funny shit I can say. Yeah, but as far as Mother's Day memories, nah. All that shit is usually the same. This year was different. This year was different because I threw the party.
Well, I mean, just memories of your mom.
Oh yeah.
In honor of Mother's Day, like any funny, or like
in honor of Mother's Day. I remember the first time when she chased me out the house swinging.
Oh, for real?
And she was physically trying to knock my head off, but I got loose on her. Broke off.
Oh, for real?
Took off running, and I jumped. We lived on the second story. So So I was jumping from like I didn't jump off the second story.
Oh, I'm
No, I
sorry.
was just jumping from stairs 'cause I knew she wouldn't be able to do that. She was gonna have to take one by one. Well, I got loose. And she said, when you bring your ass back, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I was like, I ain't coming in.
I ain't coming back.
I ain't fucking coming in there.
Was you afraid she was gonna tell your dad or nah?
That's probably more what I was afraid
Oh,
of.
man.
Yeah. But once again, my dad never was like,
Oh, for
he
real?
wasn't gonna do nothing but talk to me.
Uh,
Yeah, he ain't no different than me. Like, I ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do, whoop your ass. No, I'm just gonna sit there and talk to you
your
now.
dad cool.
But his voice, I told you, like his voice would intimidate me. So it's just like a tone. It's like a different type of respect that we had for my dad, which is always weird to say because I see it now in my sons, because my sons have the same type of like well, my youngest son has the same type of respect for me. I mean, has a different type of the same type of respect for me as I had for my dad. So like, I don't have to say nothing to him. But if here once, twice, and he's gonna do it. But his mom might have to say that shit over and over and over, and she'll be like, "We was out and he acted up like this, that, the third," and it's something I never deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's just a different level of respect. And so we sat him down not too long ago. Me and her, we had a conversation with him because he had some issues at school. And we had sat down with him and was like, hey, like, why do you act differently with your mom than you do your dad? And he was like, I'm scared of my dad. I'm like, why? So I'm like, why are you scared of me? Like, I'm not the aggressor. I don't do no yelling. I don't put my hands on you. He's just like, I don't know. It's just like, and I think he used the word scared because he don't know the word. Like I don't know. It's just a different level of respect that I have for my dad than whatever. And I'm like, yo, that shit was crazy. I'm like, bro, I'm not. You don't have to worry about me. Yo, that shit crazy. Like, but I'm trying to tell you, bro, we can go out and I don't have no issues. I'm also a lot more lenient. I let them kind of do their own shit. Like I'm the dad that's parent that I let my kids kind of do their own shit, and it's more than one of them, so they take care of each other. So it's easy for them. Like so, I can just let them go. All right, rock. I'm not yelling at them. Get off of this. Get down from that. You're gonna hurt yourself. I don't give a fuck about none of that. We'll deal with it when it happens. And most of the time, it don't happen. If it
That's
do,
so true.
yeah, most of the time
so
it
true,
don't fucking
man.
happen. Like I literally be like, all right, they don't need me to keep yelling. I'm gonna just let them rock out. And when they rock out, they learn, they figure it out, and usually they can do it better the second time.
Yeah. God, that's so true. Don't do this, don't do that. Yeah. I think it was Mark Twain said something to the effect of like some of the most horrific tragedies of of my life have never even happened. So basically like,
Oh yeah,
you know
something
what
that
I'm saying?
they
Like, he
did put
just
in his head.
yeah, he's like
Yeah,
all the worst shit I've thought about never even happened.
yeah,
I was
agreed.
like, damn.
You also gotta know your kids though
Yeah,
too.
you do
You
gotta know
gotta
your
know your
kids.
kids. You gotta know.
Yeah.
Can I really let them loose?
Yeah.
You know.
I had to have that talk with Miles recently because we had a little situation. Like, he's 12 now. They're playing games. He's on Discord, so they're starting to, they're uh, going through puberty and shit.
Yeah.
It's just things are changing. And long story short, some weird thing happened on Discord. You know what Discord is?
No.
It's basically like it's just like where all of the gamers and stuff, like say a streamer, they'll use Discord for their community. It's like, hey, subscribe to my Discord so you can come and like find out when I'm streaming and shit like that.
I get you.
Yeah, so like, and then you can start your own little channel and have group chat. So like, if you're playing a video game, like a certain game, say you're playing Fortnite, and everybody else is playing Minecraft and something else. If y'all in Discord, y'all can still talk to each other in Discord.
Yeah.
Either like a voice chat and shit. So, but somebody was acting weird, said some shit. Kind of this whole kind of fight happened with these 12-year-old kids.
Yeah.
This shit got said, and Miles knew someone was going to get in trouble. Someone was lying about something, so he told the principal. And I'm happy for him because someone that's a friend of his was going to get in trouble for something that someone didn't do. Basically, somebody was trying to set somebody up. Like this is getting deeper in 7th grade. Somebody was trying to set somebody up to make it seem like they did some shit, and Miles was like, "Yo, she being set up.
Yo,
it's a setup."
Okay.
And I was happy. We were proud of him for wanting to like protect his friend. And like it really bothered him, so he got a journal and he started writing about it. And He stayed up and he wrote all this shit in this journal. And then the next day he wanted to take it to school. And I was just like, man, I was like, I don't know.
Did you read it?
I kind of skimmed it. He told me what it was, and just
Yeah.
by looking at it, I knew what it was. It was him talking about everything that had happened, all the Discord stuff, the thread.
And what do you want to do with it at school?
He just said he wanted to continue writing in it, but I was like, man, he wants to show people that shit. I was like, I know he does.
Okay.
But I was like, you know what? Let me trust my son. I'm gonna trust him. And I went against my better judgment. I let him take that shit to school, and he usually comes out pretty quickly.
Okay.
And then I noticed, I was like, what's he doing? So I end up just driving up to the front of the school, and I see him talking to these two girls, and they all bopping around and shit. And then I see him take the notebook out of his backpack. And I get out the car, I'm like, hey, man, it's time to go. And I asked him, I go, hey, man, did you, I was like, you showed people that notebook, didn't you? And he just broke down. I was like, man, I told you not to show anybody. He felt so bad.
So, all right, why didn't you want him to show anybody, or what was your thought process behind that?
Because he was talking about the entire situation. He had people's names in there, everything that was said in these Discord threads, and it's just like we were trying to take care of it. Somebody was being blamed for something. Like,
Oh, so he wrote down all of the bad shit that happened.
He wrote down, yeah, he basically wrote a script for everything that happened.
Yeah. Nah.
And he felt good that he got it all out, but he wanted to like see I did all this, and it's just
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Because he doesn't like drama. He doesn't want any confusion, any drama. And I think that it really bothered him when I was like, yo, this is how you continue the drama.
Yeah.
I go, by showing this, now somebody can go, hey, Miles wrote this thing and said this.
You definitely.
And then his face was like, I didn't think about that. Like, oh my. And I could tell he was nervous.
Yeah.
I go, so when we say things are done, you got to leave it alone. You can't go back to it. It's called just let a sleeping dog lie. Just leave it alone and let people forget about it.
Yeah, nah, that's a lot. That's a lot going on. Like you said, and definitely the wrong kid get a hold of it.
Yeah, and people start lying and shit and making stuff up. Yeah, so he's starting to see how people really don't have good intentions.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that he just really doesn't understand. Like the motivation. Like, why are you wasting time doing that?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't get why somebody would waste their time doing the type of shit that they do, but he's starting to see now. And he learned a valuable lesson. He was trying to be all right. So you ever have a friend group where like everybody's cool, but there's one person that just can't get along with everybody?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And sometimes it might have been me back in the day. But Miles was cool with this person. He's trying to like get them to like, hey, just be cool. I'll make sure everybody's cool with you. And it worked out for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then this person went back to their old ways, and slowly but surely, like they were like, we can't fuck with him. But Miles was still trying to be friends with this one person. And I tried to tell him, like, hey man, you don't want to ruin 6 other friendships for one person.
For sure.
Because he feels a little bad that like this person's being left alone.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, but this person did this to themselves. But now that he got burnt by this person, now he sees like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I see this type of alignment, I know I'm probably gonna ride with the group because this has something to do with this person.
Yeah, figuring life out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so funny watching him figuring that shit out.
Yeah.
And I just noticed it online because like they would all be in the group chats together, all talking, and then all of a sudden it's like a couple groups of 3, and then it's just 2. And I noticed this kid would always do that shit where like he doesn't like when Miles has a lot of other friends. He's always trying to break all these other kids off so he can have them to himself.
Yeah.
It's just wild seeing these personality traits in kids.
I was about to say, so I literally have a 16-year-old to go off of, a 9-year-old to go off of, and an 8-year-old to go off of. And right now, my 16-year-old, I was on the phone with her for an hour 2 nights ago, talking to her about boys.
Mm-hmm.
And me and her are conversating, and she is learning dating now.
Yo, she getting the game from that.
Yeah. She's learning dating now. And I try to like put her on game, let her know straight up like what it is, what you're gonna deal with, raggedy, dusty ass little boys and shit like that. And her last relationship, she she ended up, what I like about her is she's super smart and she's super straightforward and she is not dumb when it comes to relationships already. And I like that about her because I know that she's gonna be able to handle herself through situations. She don't take no shit and she don't bullshit. And already being in her first relationship, I watched it because it usually goes south for everybody. She ended that shit just like that. I told her, I was like, yo, your little boyfriend's insecure. He wants you to call him every fucking 30, I think it was like every 11 minutes or something weird. And he wanted to make sure that she texted him or called him. I'm like, yo, that shit's irritating me.
Yeah.
I'm like, already, I'm telling you right now, the boy is insecure and it's not going to work out. About 2 weeks later, they ended up not working out because he was mad because she wanted to go hang out with her friends and didn't want to hang out with her. And then they ended up breaking up. And I told her, I'm like, all right, don't even bullshit with him. I'm like, the shit's not going to get no better. Break up with him. I'm pretty sure they done had some in and outs that I don't know about. But as far as I know that, her and him done. She's got a new little boy that she be talking to now. And I'm like, yeah, y'all two boyfriend and girlfriend. She like, nah, not until he actually asked me to be his girlfriend. He's got to do something to show me that he wants to be my boyfriend. I'm like, okay, all right. But then she was like, the ex boyfriend is going around talking shit. Because he mad. I mean, obviously he's still mad, whatever. And she like, yeah, he called me a hoe. And I'm like, I see what's going on here. It's like, what can I say other than like, fuck that little boy. Like, we gonna move on. Ain't nothing to do about it. I'm like, she already said she ran up on him, went to his class and was like, hey, listen, don't be talking shit about me. Da da da, whatever. Got that out the way. So I'm listening to her. And then I go to my second son. I mean, to my oldest son. And I'm talking to him. He 9. He's 50. He's not really thinking about girls like that. He's kind of like, he's not thinking about girls. He say he had a girl like him, this and third, but he a sweetheart. He's gonna be like a lover, but the older he get. But then I got my youngest son, and he's 8, and I can't make this up. I'm at a field trip with him. This was a few weeks ago, and this man, this boy, this kid, this 8-year-old is sitting on top of the little benches behind me with the Space Museum in Richmond. There is a little white girl on his right side and a little black girl on his left. And they are both rubbing, like touching his shoulder, like, you so cute. You so cute. And he looking like, Daddy, Daddy, look, they say I'm cute. I said, oh, well, you are cute. So now they just flirting with him. They one of them, and you can tell the little black girl like him a lot. But he's interested only in the white girl. Yo, he is only interested in the white girl. And so you'll see the little white girl, the little black girl, little pretty little girl, run up on him, give him a hug Julian, and he is just staying right there. He don't give her nothing back. But then the little white girl, he like, hey, Daddy, can she sit with us while we watching this movie? And I'm looking. Chris, they trying to hold hands. I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on here?
Man,
what the fuck is going on here, man? I'm like, damn. So I'm sitting there looking at all these different dynamics. Well, I'm listening. I told my kids, told my brothers and them, they ain't gonna have to steal the car like we did. I'm gonna leave the damn keys to the car because I already know they're gonna take it. Go ahead, man. Let me teach you how to drive right now. You gonna fuck? What you gonna end up doing when I find out that they fucking when they get older? I mean, I might as well go ahead and not try to. We ain't keeping it from each other. Go ahead, let me know. It's gonna be a rough time, but it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to because I remember being a kid and my mom would keep us away from shit that is she couldn't. You know, I'm not saying enforce it. Like I'm not saying like push it on them, but if I know that whatever you got going on, whether it was sex, whether it was smoking weed, alcohol, I'm gonna try to keep them strictly off until they are of age, and I'm never gonna like encourage like, hey, yeah, you can drink here. Da da da.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not until a certain age. I don't know what even age that would be. Would also be like a mindset. If it's a little bit less than 20, like 21, maybe like 20. I don't know. I don't have that far.
I feel you. I respect that.
Yeah, like my daughter, she's smart, and I believe she's responsible. And I ain't gonna lie, if I gave her another year or two before she got 21, I'd let her have a fucking beer in front of me, and I wouldn't give a shit. I would not care. But it's because of I know her personality. Now, things could change. But
No, I
as
feel
of
you.
right now, she's been very responsible with her life.
Right.
To where if I felt like if she did that, then I wouldn't be tripping. But I wouldn't be like, hey, all you and your friends can come over here and drink. Nothing like that.
Oh
Be like
yeah,
a
yeah,
daddy
yeah,
daughter shit. Like,
yeah,
hey, yo, drink this. Like, take
yeah.
this.
That's wild. Yeah,
it
yeah, that's wild, man.
it's always dope though.
But some people do,
I was
man.
about to say
Yeah.
it was always dope. You think about all the kids when you was growing up, like their parents and them didn't care what was going on. That was the dope house. Like they had the cool house. But I couldn't imagine like having fucking kids parties and shit at my
No,
house.
fuck
Now
no.
I let the kids hang out like a few of the kids hang out a little bit, like a few of the friends, but like throw a fucking party at my house, hell nah.
Man, I remember my boy Jermaine. His family had did pretty well. So his dad and their uncles owned a janitorial business,
Uh-huh.
and the uncle and them had moved down to Atlanta, but they had money, so they kept a house in Rochester in the suburbs. Nice ass house. They kept everything going, electricity, cable, all that shit.
It was a specific house.
It's just it was the house that they lived in,
Okay.
but then they moved to Atlanta, and they were like, they just left the house there,
Okay.
and just got a house in Atlanta.
Okay.
And Jermaine was like, "Yo, we got Darrell old house, man. They threw a party over there at this house in the suburbs. It's a black owned house in the white suburb. We go to this private school. We got all these fucking white kids at this school at this house, man.
But nothing happened.
Nothing
Bad. Like
nothing bad happened.
Okay, good.
Nothing bad happened. But all I remember is like, it's a party going. The music is playing, and all I hear is, "Get your asses out!"
Yeah.
Jermaine. That's all I heard. And I turned and I saw that leather cap. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, he showed up.
Mr. Kyler is here.
Oh boy.
Because the neighbor called.
And he came from Atlanta?
The neighbor called his brother, who lived in Atlanta, was like, "Yo, somebody in your house."
Okay.
And then his brother called Jermaine's dad. His brother.
Okay.
And they came from
okay. Shut that bitch down.
Shut it down. Yep. His brother called him. Was like, "Hey man, I think your son's in my house."
Yeah. Shut that bitch down.
Shut it down.
Damn.
But yeah, that was
They ain't break nothing though that you know of.
No, it was good. Man, and you talk about like how you and your sons are. That's how my boy Jermaine and Israel were. Like Jermaine was in my class.
Mm-hmm.
He was the like stud athlete. Girls loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Girls liked his brother too, but Jermaine was like the one everybody liked.
Yeah.
Sweetest kid, obeyed all the rules. Everybody loved Jermaine. And then Israel, couldn't tell that nigga nothing. Like I said, they had money.
Yeah.
And I remember Mr. Kyler went out for the weekend, went away for the weekend, and he specifically said, "Israel, do not touch my fucking Mercedes. Do not drive my car. You better not touch my shit."
Why would he leave the keys?
I don't know. These are hey man, yo, these old heads are from a different generation. It's almost tempting you. Touch my shit. See what's gonna happen.
I feel that. If I thought you was gonna touch it though, I would take my keys.
Oh, for real?
If I thought it.
Really?
Now, if I know you're gonna touch it, I'm gonna leave it.
If
I know you're gonna touch it, I'm gonna leave it. But if I thought you was gonna touch it, I'm gonna take them.
That's funny. That's so funny. And I think that's what Mr. Kyler was.
Yeah.
Yo, man. So that weekend, we play a game. We come outside. Everybody showing up, and a motherfucking S500 show up.
Yeah, that
Israel in that motherfucking seat, way back, playing Biggie. And Jermaine was like, "Israel." He was like, "I'm telling Daddy." He told you. He said, "Come on, man, we going home." He was like, "Nope, I am not getting that car." He told on that nigga too.
Oh, he told on him. Oh, he a drunk ass motherfucker, boy.
Jermaine ain't play. He told on that nigga, man.
My brothers, I remember them telling on me, but it wasn't for shit like that. And this was when we was kids. Them niggas told on me when they found out. I told them, I think I told them I had beat my meat. Them niggas went and told my mama.
Oh my God.
Told my mama, and she tried to catch me doing whatever the hell I had going. I remember that shit. Tried to come in the room. I already had the shit together. Like, oh, da 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 da. I put my shit up. Had the TV to be able to cut off TV real quick. She couldn't catch me. But I'm like, yo, what the fuck y'all telling me for?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. We was kids. So they was probably, when I figured that out, I had to be in either I had to be in. I can't remember if it was middle school or elementary school, but they were younger than me, so they probably was in. They were young. That's the only time I remember them telling on me. But other than like, if I would have stole something or broke some shit or fucking blew up a house, we ain't never tell on each other.
I'm trying to think. Do we?
My dad used to always be like, "Yo, never tell on your brothers." He used to always say, "Never tell on your brothers. Never tell on your brothers." I remember that shit, so we would never tell on each other.
Damn, I like that shit.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Stop, don't
The
never.
omerta to keep a fucking mouth shut. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm trying to. Did we tell on each other? We did. But I had little sisters. They were annoying. So like we would. Yeah, I'm trying to think, God though, but I had cousins that were 10 years older than me, and they would always hold shit over our heads.
Like, hey, I'm a
Yo. For years, all my cousins had to say was limo to me, and I would do anything they asked me to do. They'd be like, "Yo, go downstairs and make me some cereal."
Why would happen to limo?
I'm like, "Nah." They go limo.
But what happened in the limo?
All right, so I was a little kid. I had heard a joke, and I didn't know what it meant. So I told him this joke. I think I heard it on like Johnny Carson or some shit like that. I didn't know.
Do you know what the joke is now?
Now I do. I had some neighbors that called the Goldsteins. They named the Goldsteins. And all I said was, Kim and Dave, I go, Mr. Goldstein parks his limo in Mrs. Goldstein's garage.
Yeah.
They were like, ooh. I was like, what? They go, oh, we telling Uncle Bobby. I'm crying. I'm so scared. And they go, all right, if you don't do what we say, we're going to tell. And for years, they were like, limo.
Yo, that's crazy. They extorted you.
I got extorted for a year. I'm not lying, man. For like 8 or 9 years, I got extorted. They would just go limo, and I would go make sandwiches. I would make all types of shit.
Yeah,
I would have to go to the store for them. Limo.
Yeah, that's wild.
And then I was like 15. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, why do I care if my dad know I told a dirty joke?
Yeah.
But man, that was fun.
That's fun.
Limo.
So what's up with what you been peeping with this Diddy and Cassie shit, man? I seen Boosie make a post today, and he said this should be a sexual. He said this should not be a rape case. This should be more of a.
He said it should be. It should.
You seen it?
Sex. He said it shouldn't be a sex trafficking case or something like that, right?
I'm gonna tell you.
Or
exactly,
another one.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna read to you exactly what.
It's so funny that you mentioned him. Go ahead.
He said, if anything, this should be a domestic abuse case, not a sex trafficking case.
Yes.
She enjoyed the wild sex parties and the extravagant gifts on the back end. All of these sex parties, you mean to tell me you didn't enjoy yourself? I'm convinced she enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure she came during these freak offs. It was a lifestyle. This was consensual, and this was her, and she was his girlfriend. Trying to give someone life in prison for this bullshit.
Yeah, he's a sick individual.
Now he's sick.
He's a sick
man.
man.
Is sick. We can't take that away.
He's a sick man.
But do you think it should be sex trafficking? Rape?
Where's the sex trafficking coming in?
I don't know. Is it sex trafficking?
Yeah, it's in there. I don't know if he took
sex trafficking means a lot of different things.
You know what? Probably because he was making her have sex with other people.
In different places.
Yeah. Honestly, man, this shit doesn't sound consensual.
Does it?
It does not.
Do you think that is double jeopardy that she even gets to go back up like and on the stand again after she done already went through this and he done already paid her? He already gave her $20 million. I don't think that she should be back up there, and they have already went to court.
I mean, it must be legal if they're doing it.
Does that mean that it's legal because they're doing it?
If they're doing it, absolutely.
Yeah, because they do a lot of illegal shit in court.
Yeah, but his lawyers would be like, "Yo, this can't even happen."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's legal.
Yeah, so I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if he can be convicted of what he did to her because they settled. Well, that was also, I don't know if they settled in civil court. Civil and then criminal are two different things.
Yeah.
So if they settled in civil court, who's to say that he can't be charged criminally for it?
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. That's lawyer shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of what they call lawfare. I don't know, man. Like,
well, what about him?
here's why I don't think it's consensual. It's because you look at the dynamic of their relationship. He's a multi-million-dollar
Is he a billionaire?
millionaire producer. She's an artist. She wants to make it. He's into her. Not to say that they weren't attracted to each other, but I think it's so intertwined. Like, how do you tell somebody that has that much control of your life no?
How long was they?
It's
How
been
long?
11 years.
They was together for 11 years.
Yeah. I think some people just hard
I
to get.
think she might have started it. You know, I mean, like not started. She might have been into it when they first started, and then it just started. He just started like
Yeah. But even the first time, it could
nut
be
on his
like,
titties.
right, it's like, okay, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of, yeah, like, what the fuck is going on?
And maybe she said, you know, I don't know nothing.
And
I do
also,
think
too,
that some of it is consensual. Some of it was consensual. Sorry, and I think then some of it was like I know. I think it was a no, but it was like, what can I do to get out of this?
there's also drugs involved, too.
A lot of drugs.
So
You're gonna have to be all the drugs, all that nasty
Yeah.
shit he like.
yeah, that shit is crazy, man. And also, too, how old was she when there was a pretty big age disparity when they first started dating. She said she was also very, like, she was sexually inexperienced when she first met him. I think she might have been like 19.
How old was Cassie when she first met Puffy? 19.
And how old was he? In his 30s, 35.
And how old was Diddy when he first met Cassie? 37.
See, yeah, that's a fucking, to me, that's a red flag, man.
Oh no, that's a big red
A
flag.
guy that's almost 40 years old, you're dating someone who's 19, 20 years old. And look, I'm not even gonna say people can't have fun.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Because I can't say I get it.
It ain't
but-
illegal.
Yeah, but because I get it.
Yeah. Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. Shannon. Yo, I just watched not the Vera, but I just watched the Steve McNair documentary that came out. He had him a little young tenderoni. He was like 22, 23. And he's a married man out here. And I don't judge people. I don't know what people do in their homes. I don't know what arrangement people and their wives have. I know what me and my wife do. So I don't judge people who step out of their marriage because I don't know their situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I don't say shit. It has nothing to do with me. But I think that's a red flag too. So he's almost 40 years old. She's a teenager. She's sexually inexperienced. She wants to be a singer. She's probably, I mean, she's a very attractive woman.
Yeah, really attractive.
So just imagine when she's 19, and she's in the music industry, all these older dudes want her. They're telling her how gorgeous she is. She's fucking 19.
I didn't know they was dealing with each other for that long.
Yeah, I think it was just
Or
probably
since that long ago.
Yeah. Time flew by, man.
Yeah, yo, I did not know. Because, I mean, I thought in my mind, and maybe she isn't. How old is Cassie now? You know how old she is now?
I have no
How old
idea.
is Cassie? 38. So I guess that would make sense. Because when I remember her, I was a kid. And so she probably was just like in high school, out of high school.
Yeah, because I remember listening to that song when I was stationed in Colorado Springs, and that was probably like 06, 07.
Yeah.
So we're talking almost 20 years ago. She's 38. Yeah. She's 19. Yeah, 20 years ago. She's a kid. Like basically right out of high school.
Yeah.
And at that time, Diddy had been famous for a while.
Yeah.
So he's super famous.
Yeah.
You got this cute ass little Hispanic chick. She got a #1 hit song. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not saying that she didn't enjoy any of the lifestyle, any of the gifts, any of that shit. But like with the shit Boosie is saying is mad ignorant, especially for somebody who has a daughter and shit like that. That shit is weird, man.
The first person that said something
I
was
like niggas like that.
So the first person that commented on it was like, if that was your daughter, you wouldn't be saying this. But then somebody else commented was like, hey, once your daughter is grown, she's grown.
Yeah, but nobody wants their daughter to be abused. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is absolutely. Oh, she's grown. She can do. Yeah. One, I wouldn't want to hear any of my son's sexual exploits, even if they are consensual. If they fucking, I don't want to hear that fucking shit.
No,
I don't.
No. Yeah.
So regardless if it's consensual, no one wants to hear that.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear this shit. But Yeah, I just think you're taking advantage of somebody just due to the nature of the relationship, the power dynamic. I mean, could she say she? Yes, she could say no,
Yeah.
but could she say no?
At a certain point, no.
Yeah,
I believe she could have from the beginning,
yeah.
but I believe once it got too deep, it was nothing.
You
If
can't.
you
Yeah,
don't know
you
where you
can't
can come
really.
out of mindset wise, it was nothing. He had already
Mhm.
brainwashed her, by then. Like
Right.
19-year-old, it's so easy for me to fucking brainwash them. I mean, it's easy for me to brainwash a grown woman that's 37. You know, it, people can be brainwashed, especially a 19-year-old,
Yeah.
and you're dealing with big dog like Diddy. What?
Yeah.
Head gone,
Gone.
gone.
She got a hit song. The beat was crazy. He
Yeah.
got the best
Did
club
he
music.
produce that?
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. She can't tell that nigga no.
Yeah,
Mm. Not in her mind, because it's like I'll be ungrateful. You know what I mean? Honestly, that even happens like just in the comedy world. Like people want to make it so bad, and no one wants to say no to anything because they're afraid they're going to miss out on an opportunity. And look, I know that I'm nobody in the comedy game,
yeah,
but I also have to I recognize my position here, and there are some comics that do look up to me and what I do.
for
So
sure.
so I have to be again. I'm not trying to. I'm nobody. I have nothing going on because I don't want anybody to even think that I think highly of myself.
Well,
But
you, well, you should think highly of
well,
yourself.
I have to be careful how I even talk to the comics here. I don't want to take advantage of their eagerness. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
that's just being humble, though.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do is just
Yeah,
be humble, and you have to realize what your word means to other people, and recognize your position.
yeah,
And I think what happens is people get too used to that, and they start to abuse that shit, man,
for sure.
and use that shit for evil.
Yeah,
You know, we take advantage of that shit. Like it happens to everybody. Like there's times you just don't want to say no. Like there were a few times in I lived in when I lived in Ohio. My mentor lived there too, and I, looking back, huge people pleaser, afraid to say no. And my wife had to be like, "Yo, like, what are you doing? Like, this person had been doing all this shit before you even moved here.
yeah,
They don't need your fucking help." And then one day, this person was like, "Oh man, would you mind taking me to the airport?" I was like, "Yo, I gotta work at 7." He was like, "Just get up at like 4, drive all the way like this motherfucker lived like in Crozet or some shit,
mm-hmm.
and then drive to another part of town to take him to the airport and then go to work." I'm like, I'm not doing that. I
Yeah,
go, you got a girl. I don't want to wake my baby up. I go, bro, your baby doesn't have a fucking job.
yeah,
I do.
yeah.
And that's when it hit me like, oh man, this I'm getting kind of taken advantage of here.
Yeah.
But I was just so hungry as a comic and wanting to spend time with this person, they were taking advantage of my kindness.
Oh, I learned that shit definitely in the barbering game. That in the beginning, like, cause you get to meet a lot of like really high profile people,
Mhm.
whether it is a business owner, whether it's person that fucking plays sports, whether it's anybody that's high profile in your mind at that time
Right.
specifically, and you put yourself in situations, where you feel like you gotta hang out with them or go out your way to cut their hair, and maybe they're a cheap ass client, and you go out your way to cut their hair just to keep them around, just say I'm cutting such. And I learned that at a early age. I think probably when I was like mid 20 in the game, because I guess really from 21, I mean from 18 to like 20 26, I figured that out around when I was 26 on the strength of like, yeah, this I'm gonna be who I am regardless. Of course, yeah, I can cut different people and get me at a higher place in life if it comes to this. But I realized like, yo, I'm not even fanboying. I guess that's the better word to put it.
Yeah.
I'm not fanboying nobody like no more. Like that shit is in my mind. It was cool at one point in time, and I got me being me, my personality. I didn't really fanboy them, but it was cool to hang out with them, especially if they was cool. If they was assholes, I didn't care
Yeah.
nothing about that. But I realized I was going out my way to do for people that really wasn't going out their way to do for me, no matter if they were that person or not.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yep. Going out your way for people who don't do that
Yeah,
shit for you.
yeah,
Yeah, man. That's what I learned because, like, yeah, I had picked this person up, like going 30 minutes out of my way to go get somebody to go to a show, that is literally 10 minutes away from my house.
Yeah.
Doing that several times, and they were like, we would go to this show on Sunday, and I would go, oh, yo, you coming to the show on Sunday? Yeah, yeah, yo, swing by and pick me up, and it's on the way. Like literally, you hop off the freeway. I'm 2 minutes off the freeway. We hop back on. We at the club. Oh man, I can't.
Yeah.
I hear a couple I can't. So I'm like, you know what? But I can drive all the way out to the where the fuck you live at,
Mm-hmm.
and then drive your ass back, and then come on. No, no more of that shit.
Yeah.
No more of that shit.
Yeah.
Like I learned very. The first comic that I ever met that was a professional comic that I hung out with was someone that I saw on Def Jam years before, and remember thinking like, I have to meet this person, and I did.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's how my comedy career started. That's probably why I could be delusional sometimes, because the first guy I met was a person that I wanted to meet. Insane.
That's dope.
Yeah. But I also learned that valuable lesson: never meet your fucking heroes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right off the bat. Immediately. Yeah. Like me and Vince is still cool.
Yeah.
Vince more very funny dude, but like I don't really care about saying his name, but like we cool, but we're not as cool as we used to be.
Gotcha.
We're not.
Gotcha.
You know, I picked up a lot of bad habits from that person.
Okay.
A lot of bad habits. I picked up their fears and shit like that for a while. And my wife had to be like, yo, that's him. Don't let his experiences
be yours. Yeah.
Be yours. And I did that for a while. I let somebody else's hangups become mine.
Yeah, that's rough.
Then that shit sucked, man. And it just sucks, man, because he's such a brilliant fucking comedian. It's just crazy. He's a lunatic. That nigga crazy, man. What's up, Vince? I should have never showed that nigga guns, because now he got like 1,000 of them. It's crazy. But to go back to the Diddy thing, man, yeah, I can't say what where the line was where things stopped being consensual.
Mhm.
Obviously, there was some consent at some point, and then at some point, the shit fucking stopped. It's just, man, like, could you imagine this shit coming out in court?
If you mean if
you were Diddy.
If I was Diddy.
Well, even just like say, just the stuff that you're into. Like this wasn't leaked. This wasn't like, yo, he like this. Like this is evidence.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's multiple. Everything is evidence. So didn't I see, I don't know, you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong. Excuse me. They had a bunch of consent forms too from people. The whole, like, most of the sex parties all had consent forms.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. I'm not sure, but I could definitely see somebody having that.
Yeah, I think all the sex parties, like, and then they got a shit ton of dupe, obviously.
Everybody
They got
gets together.
I was about to say, they got a shit ton of, like, the people that was in there was like, she wanted this. She asked for this. Like, they got a lot of the sex workers there, like, vouching, like, nah, this was all consent. Like,
there are also drugs involved.
A lot of drugs.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
it's a lot of drugs involved.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think once you throw the drugs is like, hey, man, even worst case scenario, say Cassie was for some reason being vindictive and lying.
I don't think that.
I don't either. I'm just saying, just for the sake of,
cool.
Say she was vindictive. The thing is, like, and she wanted to lie. She wanted his money. The fact that there's drugs involved, you can always say, yo, I was drugged.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that there were drugs there, it's just like, hey, man, people can't consent if people are taking drugs. Because can you prove the timeline as to when people sign these NDAs or these consent forms?
So would you have went before you known all of this, and Diddy invited you to a party, or you was with a homeboy, you like, yo, bro, they invited us to Diddy party. Would you have went to a Diddy party back then?
Probably.
100%.
Yeah.
I would have went 100%. 120%.
Yeah. But here's the thing. People say that shit in the military. Like, whenever something fucked up happens to you, somebody does some fucked up shit to you, they be like, did you re-enlist?
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, but I didn't sign up to get that.
Yeah.
You know, but
because they also say you didn't have to come to the ones afterwards. So it's like you was already there. Yeah. He like, yo, you stand for the after party. If you are, or if not, you gotta get the fuck out. Now, would you have hung around for the after party?
Am I young? Probably. But also at the same time, if someone's like, "Yo, I want to leave," you have to let someone leave.
Oh yeah, you have to.
So these I understand the line of questioning.
So do you believe that um same sex activity was had to happen for you to be there at the after party? Because that's what a lot of people try to say. Like, yo, if you was there, you had same sex activity going
You
on.
had to do gay shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If you had no hell no, why would I stick around for that?
Well, you didn't know.
Oh, if they were like, "Yo," so okay, so now wait a minute, because now the line of questioning is getting weird because it's like, okay, so I'm invited to this party. Now what do they say?
They say, well, when you're at the party,
Yeah.
they be like, all right, yo, the after party about to come on. If y'all not staying for the after party, y'all got to get the fuck out right now.
Okay, I want to stay for the after party.
Okay.
Okay, I'll stay for the after
All
party.
right, now you're at the after party, and they start passing out drugs. I mean, we already drinking.
Mm-hmm.
They start passing out drugs. They're like, yo, you taking this?
No.
Like, and you got to sign a form. You got to sign a consent form too.
Oh, I'm out. Yeah, I'm cool.
Soon as before the drugs.
Yeah, I'm out there.
All right. So you got to stay at rewind. All right.
See.
All right. You got hey, the after party's here. So if y'all not staying for the after party, you gotta get the fuck out. If you staying for the after party, you gotta sign this paper.
Okay.
You gonna sign it?
I signed the paper.
Yeah. Now. I'm guessing it's a consent form. That's my guess.
Yeah, but
I don't know what it said on the consent form.
Yeah.
I would like to see if they
if it's a consent form like saying, hey,
you're not gonna read it.
Now if it's like, hey, I'm signing my asshole away, and you can do what you want to my body,
but you're not gonna read it.
That's one thing.
Because they're gonna be like, hey, yo, this just so that right. It's a consent form. Say you want to be here. No, you're not gonna be like, let me read this bitch.
Yeah. But you could
definitely already been drinking.
That's what I'm saying. Now you could always say like, "Yo, I was inebriated. I shouldn't have been signing any contract under the influence of alcohol."
Then you gotta prove it.
Huh?
Then you gotta prove it.
There was drugs at the party. I don't know what they put in my drink. So he could get off, no pun intended, because it's a lot of gray area.
Yeah, I think so.
It could be very gray. A lot of gray area. And I think that's likely the case.
Yeah,
because a lot of these things are very hard to like. I can't. To prove in court. So, I believe her stories. It's just, can she prove it in court?
Yeah. So, on another note, that has to do with court. Have you been seeing what's going on with Tory Lanez?
I saw he got stabbed.
He got stabbed
like 14 times.
Yeah. In the head, neck, back, so everywhere. He didn't die. He's good.
This is set up.
But now, as of today, a bodyguard came forth and said that he was the one that shot Megan.
So, oh my God. The plot thickens?
Yeah.
Oh
so it's like,
I did it.
Yeah. But so I still go back and forth with it because Tory, from the beginning, was like, y'all gonna see, I'm not guilty. I never did this. Now, who's to say his bodyguard didn't do it? And his bodyguard did do it. He actually didn't, but he didn't snitch on his bodyguard.
That's because their dad told him, don't tell on your brother.
Who's to say that didn't happen? And it was a pinky toe.
If he a street dude, it's a possibility. You don't snitch.
But now Buddy is like, nah, all right. Or it could be the opposite. It could be like, hey, listen, I'm gonna give you. Me and Ray was talking about this. Ray was like, I'm gonna give you $750,000. You're gonna go spend 4 years in jail. And say you did it. He could do that. Mm-hmm. I mean, that could be a thing too. There's a lot to that, but it's a hell of a coincidence that he got stabbed, yesterday or 2 days ago, and his bodyguard is
confessing to it.
He did it today.
Why confess now? After all this?
Maybe because they feel like his life in danger. And his bodyguard can go in there and might handle himself a little better.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man.
That's just I don't really know nothing. That's just me freestyling, but
this sounds plausible.
Yeah.
I would not do well. We talked about the prison thing. Yeah,
I tell you what, for $1 million, and somebody was like, "You gonna go do 4 years?" I'd lay it down.
Fuck no.
I would. Think about it. So 1 million divided up by 4 is how much money a year?
$250,000.
All right, so you got paid 225 a year to go lay it down and work out. They taking care of your family, and they taking care of you while you in there. You ain't got to do nothing but come out to that 1 million.
Nigga, once people in jail find out you got $1 million, they're gonna be after you. So now you're gonna have to pay somebody for some protection.
They hopefully most of these rap labels already got people in there they already paying. You talking about $1 million label that like Diddy and them? That Diddy's in there running the jail right now. What are you talking about? They're going to have
But
people that's going.
you wouldn't be Diddy. But
No,
I'm
no, no.
just
All right, yeah, you're not gonna be Diddy. All right, but rewind. You're gonna be this bodyguard that's in there, and they already got people. Well, then again, not McCain be touched because Tory Lanez got touched. Yeah, yeah. 50
I,
50.
fuck. There's no amount of
50
money.
50.
There's no amount of money anyone could ever make me go to jail for. Never. Zero. I couldn't. Man, I just saw.
I'd lay it down.
I just saw some guy. I want to say he did over 30 years, and they gave him like not even $3 million.
No, see, no, 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 no. I would need $3 million for 3 years.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for the people who get wrongfully convicted and they do long stretches,
And they
20,
and
and
they
they get
let you
out
out.
2,
Yeah,
3, 4. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
fuck that.
yeah, yeah.
I
No, never, never. If I can choose,
yeah,
that's not gonna be the case.
nah, but I see your situation is different. But like for me, for people who are wrongfully incarcerated for decades and they get out, I feel like it has to be at a minimum for restitution, $5 million a year for every year they were in there at a minimum. If I did 30 years and you give me I'm going back.
Yeah.
I'm going back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see at least $150 million.
Yeah, for sure. 120%. 150%.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Cause I listened to this dude. His name was Banky Pound, man. He's actually he is a Virginia. He spent all of his time in Virginia prisons. Man, this is the stories, bro. I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't. That nigga did that shit every day for 33 years.
The way
Oof.
I always think about it though, I know a bunch of dudes that have been to prison, and I know damn well if they ass can make it, ain't no way in hell I can't make it in there. And I know a bunch of them, and I done been around enough street niggas at this point now that I can't figure it out. It ain't gonna be that damn hard.
No, I mean, yeah, you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna figure out. It might not be easy.
It's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, and it might not be fun.
No, it's not gonna be fun.
But I have motivation behind it.
Man, I think the scariest thing for me is when they tell you like if you're gonna go do a stretch, you talking 3-5 years and like not jail but prison.
Oh, yeah, you're going to prison. But most people I know, man, unless you going to like a fucking
They going like
coffee wood or something like that, man, or red onion, like most of them be like, yo, send me to prison. Like this cake is way you get more like time to yourself, like you get more freedom in between those walls than you do in a jail. Like people like send me up the road, please.
yeah.
Please send me up the
Get
road.
more space.
What?
Yeah, I heard
Get me
that.
the hell up. Them people living like regularly, other than they cannot leave those walls, which is the biggest part,
Man,
obviously.
that shit don't sound like it's
I'm not saying it sounds enticing.
Yeah.
I don't want to go
No, but
there.
I understand what you're saying
Yeah.
because because I listen to a lot of this shit and they say like jails and stuff. It's a lot of open bays and like bunk beds and like you have zero privacy.
Yeah.
But at least with a prison, like you have a cell, you got your own space, and like you're kind of like this is where I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
But with jails, like you don't know when your case is, you don't know when you're leaving.
Yeah.
People coming in and out. Yeah, it's they say it's a lot different because he was saying how people will come from they've been in the jail for a long time, then they come to prison, and they're like, "Yo, this shit ain't the same."
Yeah.
And then they say like the Fed it ain't the same as state prison.
Yeah. 2 different places.
So it's just I'm like, man,
Yeah.
it's a whole different world, man. And for some people, like that's all they know.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that, man? Like
It's
you
very
know more about
institutionalized.
in there than you do out here.
Yeah. I got definitely homeboys that is just got out from when we got out of high school. And they just getting out, man. And you can tell that they coming back, but I can still tell they're different. and they are institutionalized. And some of them are able to get shake back, but some of them aren't. Just like the military.
Yeah.
Some of them some of y'all get out
They
of the military
struggle.
and able to shake back, and some of y'all it take a little.
Yeah.
It take a little bit more work to do.
Yeah, you end up on Kill Thy Neighbor.
Yeah.
My wife is like, yo, why y'all be going crazy? Because she watches that the Hate Thy Neighbor show, and like 80% of it is like some retired veteran that's had it because somebody Chihuahua or their kids are playing baseball or some weird shit is and they end up shooting up the fucking whole neighborhood because of noises or yeah. And what's wild is it's like I get I get why they be pissed off.
Yeah.
But I see how vets get there. I'll say that. I would never do no shit like that, obviously, but I see how untreated and in the wrong environments, how your condition can get worse
and what you deal with
worse
when you're going through
and worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, especially nowadays, is the way you can just sit on your computer and go down these YouTube rabbit holes, Twitter rabbit holes with all the racist shit you want to see or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why people be so fucking mad running out their fucking house shooting at motherfucking pizza delivery drivers. It's because you sit on TikTok watching racist shit all fucking day.
Yeah.
You think some black person is coming to steal your fucking your lawnmower or some shit. Are you into the NBA at all or not really?
I used to be a Celtics fan.
Oh, you see Jason Tatum, he tore his Achilles.
I don't have a team though no more. Like once everybody on the Celtics broke up, like when I lost my coach Doc Rivers.
Oh, that was your squad.
Yeah,
okay.
When I lost
I can see you wearing
Paul
that
Pierce,
shit.
everybody left at one time. Kevin Garnett, everybody literally left. I think the only person that was on there was Nate Robinson for a few years afterwards, and I just kind of stopped watching. Like it's like I lost all my favorite people.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm trying to watch more again, but in my mind, I still see like certain people.
Yeah,
like when the Rockets are playing, like that's Steve Francis' team.
Yeah,
just names I haven't even thought about in years. I'm like, was that Shane Battier? It's like that nigga ain't played in 15 years. Yeah, shit like that. But so I don't know if you saw, but did you know that the Dallas Mavericks they traded Luka Doncic a while back?
I do know that.
And everybody was giving them so much shit. Yeah. And then so they had a 1.8% chance at winning the draft lottery, and they did.
Yeah. Okay.
And so now people are they're probably going to pick up Cooper Flag, white dude out of Duke. But now people are saying like the NBA is rigged. Like they've always said that, but they're like,
I'm about to say that's nothing new. Yeah. They always say that everything.
People
rigged.
say it's rigged. It's really rigged now because
now it's really rigged.
This is their proof. This is their proof. For another generation, the proof that the NBA was rigged, and I will say it was. I don't know if is kismet the right word, but it did seem storybook and setup as if when LeBron came out, how Cleveland gets the #1 pick and then he gets picked by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like what are the chances of that happening? But at the same time, it's just like shit happens.
I mean, look at who LeBron is today.
Yeah, shit happens. Also, too, this is something too like Len Bias. Drafted by the Celtics, who was going to be the Michael Jordan before Michael, or I think it's before Michael Jordan or whatever, did cocaine, died.
Yeah.
That night. So shit happens.
Yeah.
Shit happens. Shit happens. Man. I couldn't imagine getting drafted to the league. That's wild, man.
That'd be that. Yo, so all right, this ain't the league, but this is rap and hip hop. I seen a dude. We'll get into that another time because it's too deep right now. But it was speaking about obviously hip hop, and once you there, the Illuminati shit.
I know.
Yeah, like I said, we'll get into that another time because that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But I think I believe in a lot of that shit. Like conspiracy.
You know what?
Shit, yo.
All right,
I don't even know if it's conspiracy theory.
Let's do this. We're gonna talk about the Eagles, and then we can wrap this. And if we got time, we can do a second app. That way, we can just have one in the can for next week too, if you want to do that. All right.
But let's see.
All right.
I'll tell you in a second.
Did you see that the NFL schedule came out?
Mhm.
But not the whole thing. I hate how they do that shit. Did you look at the Eagles?
Eagles, big Cowboy shit.
All right. So y'all got the week 1, Thursday night.
Thursday night, September 4th.
Dallas Cowboys.
Mhm.
Week 10. Y'all got Monday Night Football, Packers. And then the week 13. I don't know why they put this as this notable, but week 13 y'all playing the Bears.
Yeah, they didn't give a shit. I don't care nothing about that. I like that first game. I think I'm gonna head to it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so my homeboys, they diehard Eagle fans. I got some ragged ass diehard Cowboy fans, and they didn't even tell me. They just bought the tickets and said ticket is bought.
Oh,
buy
for you?
yours. No.
Oh.
I wish we wouldn't even talk about this. But they bought the tickets and said ticket is bought. This is where I'm sitting at. Buy yours this week. So I started looking at them. It's just like $800.
Was it's in Philly?
It's in Philly.
In
too.
Philly?
It's gonna be a dope ass
God
fucking
damn.
game.
Yo, and who got oh shit. Who did Dallas just got a dope ass receiver too. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
George Pickens.
Yeah, Pickett. Yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
That's
That's
gonna
good for
be-
them.
It is.
Yeah.
And I'm not even I'm acting like I'm this huge like NFL, but I've been watching it last year I got into it more and I'm excited for the new season. I'm realizing football is really more for me than basketball.
I figured that out. That was for me. That's how I figured out. That's how I ended up being such a football fan now. But I didn't used to watch football like that. It's crazy because I used to like football, but I didn't used to watch it like I watch it now until after I stopped watching the NBA.
Mm. I watch it differently now too. After hanging out with like Nate and them,
Yeah.
I look at it completely different. And now I like it because there's a lot less games.
For football.
Yes, it's a lot less games. The season is shorter. Like NBA, 82 games season.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
long.
thought you were talking about football. I was about to say because they did add games for football. They
added some weeks. But it's still way shorter.
Yeah, nothing.
Way
compared.
shorter.
NBA doesn't even fucking ever. It's not ever done, bro. Soon as they're done with the championship, the fucking summer league gonna start.
That's so true.
Yo, it never ends, bro.
That's how I feel about hockey. I'm like, yo, hockey is always on. And I'm not a big hockey fan, but I think it's the playoffs or the Stanley. I don't know.
Man, NBA don't end.
That's so
hockey don't
true.
end. It don't end. Like,
So
the fuck.
let's see.
Now you can't play football year round. You'll
No.
die.
Yeah.
Can't just get beat up like that year round.
I never really even thought about it like
I
that.
always said that people be like, man, basketball season over. Bitch, basketball season ain't never over. That shit is about to start again.
I think you know what? I think it seems like it's a long time when I was a diehard fan, I'm watching like the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching all the playoffs. And like I'm also watching college and like so I was one of those people like I'm anticipating so and so coming into the league. So I'm like I'm looking too forward to it. So it seems like time is taking forever because I really want it to happen. But it's right because like the finals ends in like mid-June. And then they have the draft maybe a month later. And then you said then it's summer league.
Mm-hmm.
They talking and then school starts and then I think for me, like the weeks leading up to the first opening game seems the longest, and then yeah, once you have Halloween and boom, we basketball is back.
Yeah.
So yeah, June. Are they playing summer league in July or is that August?
I believe that bitch starts in like July. I feel like it's almost. I feel like that shit is.
Yeah, when is the NBA summer league? Because it might be.
When does the NBA summer league start? July.
Yeah,
July 10th.
Oh my, yeah. So it's barely like a month.
It's not.
And
That's what I'm saying.
And pro basketball is back.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. That shit does not fucking end, bro.
It doesn't. That's crazy.
30 NBA teams showcase next generation. Yeah.
And you know what? I will say this too. Also, they're showing a lot more of this shit than they used to back in the day. Because when it was over, it was over. You didn't see anything. But now they're showing all the summer league games.
Yeah.
They're showing preseason games. It's just like with social media, it seems like it never goes away. There's always a podcast. There's always somebody analyzing some shit. Yeah. Now all these NBA niggas got podcasts and shit. Even God, they gonna fucking take over everything.
Yeah, for sure.
At some point, it will be pointless for a regular person to have a sports podcast. Just like that's crazy, man. So you think y'all gonna repeat? I know that's tough in NFL.
I don't do all of that.
You know,
do all that talking.
No, you
I don't do that. I take it one play at a time.
Yeah,
I'm
looking forward to it popping back up, man. It was fun.
What y'all gonna do? What you got about y'all? You ain't say nothing about y'all.
The Giants?
Yeah, you didn't even mention y'all.
Because I'm trying to jump ship.
Hey yo, my man didn't even mention the fucking Giants.
I'm trying to jump ship.
Y'all got a new quarterback, didn't you?
I'm trying to jump ship. We got Jameson Russell. Jameis Winston.
And Russell Wilson.
I want to jump ship. I want
Boy, they said somebody said that damn huddle. They said that beginning of that shit gonna be a whole sermon. Yeah. With them two.
He got two deacons in there.
Yeah, yo,
the deacon board.
Boy, that shit gonna get crazy. They be like, man, here they come.
Here they come. God damn it. But I don't. We'll see, man. To be real, I want to be a Commanders fan. I want to be a Jaden Daniels fan.
What you waiting on?
Nate said I can't. Because he was like,
he's a New York fan.
He said he from New York.
And he played for New York.
He's like, you from New York? You can't like them.
I mean, he's right, but you can.
I can like whoever I want.
Yep. You can say I jumped ship.
I'm jumping ship.
New York Giant fans gonna be like, you a bitch ass motherfucker.
Our quarterback quit last year. He gave the money back. Yo, do you know how serious it has to be when you're like, yo, I don't want this money.
Yeah. Take it back.
I'm done.
Take it back. Let me the fuck out of here.
Can you think about that decision?
That's wild.
Do you know what's bad when a motherfucker gets back $100 million?
Yeah, yo.
Oof. And see, that just shows you, like, to wrap it all up, the New York Giants signed a contract with this man, a consensual, sober contract. And he was like, yo, I want out of here. Somebody at a Diddy party who's like, I want out of here should be let out. Just because you signed some little shitty NDA that they got off of LegalZoom.com. Nah, bro. I don't give a fuck. Just because you signed...
you get an NDA from
probably.
Zoom.com?
Probably.
Okay.
Yo, this has been a fun episode, man.
For sure.
A lot of fun. Make sure y'all following us on all social media platforms. Leave a goddamn review for the podcast.
Please.
And rate it.
Please and thank you.
Yes, please and thank you. Where can people find you?
Find me at the New OGs. That's it.
Don't
find me nowhere else. I don't even give a fuck. Oh, find us on TikTok. We are on TikTok. Find us on TikTok, New OGs. Find us on Instagram, New OGs. Find us on YouTube, New OGs. Find us on Spotify, the New OGs.
That's it.
The newest of the OGs, man. You know, the beginning of the end.
Yes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see somebody on the show, hit us up. All right.